The path to today began nearly 9 years ago alongside a quiet lake in a little Indiana town. The way Colin tells it, the entire Culver campus was beside itself with excitement to meet Alec Posner's little sister.
Hi.
It's so beautiful.
Thank you. Love you. You look really good.
The details get debated, but this we know. They met, they talked, they went to dinner, things clicked, they fell in love, and the story began.
She was going to a dance, and I think it was a Sadie Hawkins dance. Diane comes to me, I said, who did Liza ask? Well, she asked this kid, Colin Courtney. And of course I called Alec up. I said, Alec, who's this kid Colin? What do I gotta know about him? Classic Alec says to me, he goes, yeah, oh, Dad, Corso? Corso's the man. And he goes, no, Dad. He goes, Corso, I love him. He's a great guy. He's the real deal. And I'll tell you, Kyle, 9 years, and you've lived up to all that.
This day has honestly been a long time coming. I don't think high school us would be surprised at all that we're standing up here. I think we've always known it was gonna be us forever.
All the way back to Culver, through years of distance, I always just knew. Never once did the thought, not spending the rest of my life with you, ever cross my mind.
You could tell from the beginning that this one was a little different and a little special, and then each year it's like, wow, they're growing stronger, they're still living their lives but yet are supporting each other. And I think after his freshman year of college and she was a sophomore, we started thinking, okay, this is probably pretty long term.
One day she told me one of her most important stories, and that was when she met Colin. I still remember the first time Colin came to visit us in our hometown. I was around 13 or so at the time, and so boyfriends were a concept that little Caroline was not familiar with. He and Liza complemented each other perfectly, as they still do.
He and Liza are such a good pair, and I think they knew that immediately, and so did we.
Liza was always very stubborn, and although as a parent it often drove me crazy, I thought that it will be great as she gets older because, she's not going to be one of those people that gets talked into stuff. I still see that today. She kind of doesn't always care what people think, and that if she's, wants to do things her way, she'll do them her way.
They say cousins make the best friends, and in our case, that was true. We couldn't be more different, but that worked for us. I was shy, Liza was outgoing. I was timid, Liza was confident. I was quiet, Liza was, not. To me, Liza was the ultimate cool older cousin, more like a big sister to me. That was the best thing about growing up with Liza, was that even though I might not have known it in the moment, she was teaching me how to be fierce, she was teaching me how to stand up for myself, and she was teaching me how to become a strong, independent woman.
Colin and I are very close. He is kind to his mother, and I miss him so much. We have children and we raise children to launch them and let them fly. We want them to go off and get a great education, which Colin's done. We want them to go off and to partner well, which Colin has done. And we want them to find love. And we want them to come home again to visit and share that love with their family.
Wow.
Thank you.
You look pretty.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
The first emotion I had was anger. And I say anger because it just struck me how fast time goes by. And I thought a lot about Liza as a kid when I'm thinking about today. So I was a little angry that time went by so quick. The second thing I'll tell you is how proud I am of her. And Liza and I have a really good relationship. We talk a lot. I tell her all the time, we end every conversation with "I love you," but I don't think I've ever told her how proud I am of her. A beautiful girl, just an amazing person. And I think the best thing about Liza is she puts her family above everything.
Sensitive boy. He's funny, he's a lacrosse player, but he's also a sweet, sensitive man, and I love it.
Colin and I were always very close growing up. Every day we'd get home from school and go to the basement and play either lacrosse or hockey for several hours. Even when I had had enough, Colin would continue playing on his own for several more hours. He was able to have the opportunity to go to a prestigious high school lacrosse program here in the US. And through all that hard work and perseverance, helped him to get into Yale. And along the way, he also met Liza, so it all worked out in the end. Colin, we're all very proud of you. You're a great person, great brother, great uncle, and I'm sure you'll be a great husband as well.
On behalf of Colin and Liza, Chris and Diane, Scott and Ann, welcome to this celebration. Today is a day that Liza and Colin have planned to be exactly what they want. The opportunity to share their commitment with each other with the people closest to them, and then have a party that Diane can stress about for nearly a year and that Chris has to pay for. Today is about two people standing in front of the people they love and making a profound personal commitment to each other.
I looked at my son Colin and I saw that he immediately cried when he saw Liza coming out with her dad and her mom, and that made me cry.
Liza and Colin, I'd like to offer my advice to each of you. Never forget how fortunate you are to have found someone to walk with you. Someone who's willing to walk at your pace, to laugh with you, to cry with you, to celebrate with you, and to commiserate with you. Someone who accepts you for who you are, but never stops trying to help you be who you want to be. Someone who not only accepts your family, but loves them and values being a part of that family. Cherish this gift, but remember that it isn't free and it's not without responsibility. It needs to be nurtured to grow. You aren't the same people today that you will be 9 years from now, any more than you're the same people you were 9 years ago. The same can be said for your relationship. It will change, it will evolve. You control how it will evolve. Put effort into growing it, it will sustain you, support you, and make your life seem somehow easier. Ignore and neglect it, and it will become a burden that makes life harder. Never stop trying to see the world through the other's eyes. Never stop trying to do the nice little things for each other. Never stop surprising each other, and never stop saying, "I love you." Never stop holding hands, and never stop laughing with each other. Nurturing a relationship like yours isn't about the big things that come once in a while. It's about the little things that come every minute of every day. Cherish those little things together, and the big things will be easier to handle. You've taken the small gift you were given and turned it into something wonderful already. Keep investing in each other and it will pay off in ways that you can't even imagine. I speak for everyone in this room when I say thank you for allowing us to be a part of this gift. We love you and we're excited for you.
In you are flowers and firelight, stars and songbirds, the scent of summer, the stillness just before dawn. I love you today, dressed in glory. I will love you always, dancing, singing, reading, making, planning, arguing. I will love you cantankerous and tired, courageous and in terror, joyful, fearful, and triumphant. I love you through all weathers and all change, for all you are is precious to me. And every day I live with you and share your love is a gift to me.
So I was very adamant about wanting to write our own vows, but then when I sat down to write these, I realized two things. One, you were right, I am not a really great writer. And two, there really aren't enough words to explain how much you mean to me and how much I love you. The life that we have spent almost 9 years creating together means everything to me. So for the rest of our lives, I promise I will always be your biggest supporter in everything and anything you do. I promise to always try to make you feel valued, happy, and loved. Through all the happy times and all the difficult times, I promise to always be on your side. Call you have me forever. My love for you is endless.
Liza, the day has finally come, 9 years. It's honestly hard to remember life without you. 9 years of laughs, smiles, love, and movie references. There's no one in the world I'd rather tell bad news. There's no one in the world I'd rather do something fun with, and there's no one in the world I'd rather do nothing with. You are my person. Liza, I promise to always be a good partner, even if the Sodom and Posner volleyball game gets a little hectic. To always be kind and to be on your side. To always do my best to clean my beard trimmings, and to love you forever and always.
Liza, do you promise to nurture and grow your life with Colin, to honor the words you just spoke to him and to hold him accountable for the words he spoke to you, through sickness and in health, until death do you part?
I do.
Colin, do you promise to nurture and grow your life with Liza, to honor the words you just spoke to her and to hold her accountable for the words she spoke to you, through sickness and in health, until death do you part?
I do.
In the eyes of the law, you're married, and your commitment is sealed by your words. Take a moment and enjoy hearing for the first time Colin and Liza, husband and wife.
I'll tell you, it's great to see everybody here. It's a great venue, and I couldn't be more happy that everybody's here. I really wanted to thank my wife. And if you would see somebody at 4:30 in the morning for the last 8 months planning this, everything you see, everything downstairs from those little margaritas to the soup shooters or whatever she ordered, she did all this. And I will never do this again because it was the longest 8 months I've ever been a part of.
I think the first thing that anybody can tell you about Colin is just how genuinely kind he is. He was always so wonderful with my little brothers and just so easy to be around.
It's been really nice to get to know your wonderful family a little more over these last few days as well. Also, we really appreciate all the hard work that went into planning this night.
She wanted the room to be decorated. She wanted it to be kind of dramatic, and we just kind of let Becky do her thing. When we saw it, it was like exactly what we pictured it was going to be. So it was amazing, and just when everything comes together, you know, the candles, the The table settings, the flowers, it just was everything that Liza and I hoped it would be.
Colin and Liza both have a great sense of humor, and we watch them laugh and laugh at each other's jokes regularly. And we FaceTime them a lot. Whenever we hang up from Colin and Liza, we say, wow, they're a good match.
I see a very happy, long life together. I think they have the same goals and aspirations, and I think that just puts them on a road that they're going to end up exactly where they want to be.
I want to thank Scott and Ann. Thanks for raising such a great kid. You know, he's a kid with the highest of character. We've known Colin a long time. It's great to have him now officially part of our family.
It's all waiting for us. Every turn a living color. Heaven knows what we'll discover. A story in the making. The world is ours for the taking.
Sarah and I are particularly excited about being able to officially call you Aunt Liza to our son Benjamin now. We always enjoy your company a lot when you come to visit, and we appreciate your sense of humor, which will come in handy while married to Colin. Once again, congrats to Colin and Liza.
Liza, I am so grateful to have been a part of your story from the very beginning. And I am so happy to see this chapter of your story play out exactly as it's meant to be. And Colin, I know how truly and deeply you love Liza because you married her even though that means you're now related to Uncle John. Welcome to the family.
Colin and Liza will travel a lot. I think they'll laugh a lot. I think that they really want children, so hopefully they're blessed to have children. I really hope that they can make home in both Canada and the United States to be able to spend time with both my family and the Posner family.
Here's a toast to Colin and Liza for a long and happy marriage. And as they say, here's to the adorable couple.
I just want to tell you how happy I am that we had a wonderful day to celebrate you guys and your love story, because I feel that you two have planned and thought about this day for so long, and you really deserved it to be exactly what you wanted and to celebrate with all of your family and friends. And I think you both made memories that you will remember for a lifetime.
So, I thought about what to say, and I really kind of struggled, and I asked Di, I said, what am I going to say? And she said, well, don't say anything stupid. Don't say anything embarrassing. Just be yourself. That was really confusing.
guys can pull back and look at each other a little bit. Oh, not that far.
And so while most young girls were probably playing Barbies or dressing up as princesses, Liza was teaching me the best way to ding-dong ditch our neighbors and get away with it.
What's he saying? I don't know what that was.
Not saying anything, he's just going